Being more masculine will not help improve your dating life. Well, specifically what I'm saying is maximizing your masculinity is not going to help. Right now, you've probably heard of this phrase, toxic masculinity. But a lot of people get confused when they don't feel masculine at all and they've been told that they need to be more masculine to be more attractive as to how much masculinity is actually attractive. I had a student or a prospective student phone me up about 6 months ago now, and he said that every single person that he's dated in the last 6 months, he's had to break up with because they'd become feminist. I said to him, I don't understand how every single person in the last 6 months that you've managed to attract has become feminist. I said the chances of that are so slim, unless in fact you just meant that they felt the need to express your need to become more feminist because you're actually a toxic male. And he couldn't understand it. He couldn't get where this came from. And I said, look, it's very simple. What's your idea of masculinity? His idea of masculinity was taking charge, making decisions, telling people what to do, and not allowing them to influence you. I said, that is not masculinity. That is toxic masculinity. There is nothing good about any of the things that you said. So I said to him, listen to this story and tell me if you agree with this. Would you agree with me that the Marlboro Man, the idea of this lone cowboy that travels from city to city, is actually somebody who is attractive masculine? And he said, yeah, I do see that. I could see that being masculine. I was like, okay, now your definition of masculine is that this person does what he wants, doesn't listen to anybody, and he pushes forward for what he wants no matter what. And he goes, yeah. I was like, you see, that's not actually the idea of the Marlboro Man. This is somebody who was a hard worker, got up early so they could provide for other people. The Marlboro Man to me is the kind of person that when somebody is trying to oppress somebody, when somebody is trying to make them feel bad or hurt them in any way, that he stands up for their rights. And he said, okay, well, I can kind of see that. And he goes, but what about all these women? They're complaining to me. They're nagging at me all the time, talking about all the issues in the media and all the drama they've had to deal with. He goes, it really upsets me. I was like, that doesn't sound masculine to me at all. You're upset because somebody is sharing their feelings with you about how they're upset? I was like, that's one of the most unmasculine things I've ever heard of. I was like, if somebody had a bad day and, they felt oppressed by a whole bunch of people and they went to talk to the Marlboro Man, he would sit there and listen, probably over a whiskey as he listens to their problems and he's like, what do you want me to do about it? He's gonna care about what they have to say and he's gonna take action to help them. If you feel that your masculinity is threatened because somebody else feels threatened and they're coming to you to vent or to explain their issues or to ask for help, then you do not understand what masculinity is. True masculinity, not toxic masculinity, is all about making sure that you can provide for others, that you can protect them, that you care about them, that you can listen to them. Men are often known as being emotionless, but that's far from true. We're actually very good at controlling our emotions specifically so we can be there for others who need our help in times when emotions run wild. The ancient man specialized in keeping track of those emotions so that he could go out and hunt and provide for his family. That is the idea of masculinity. Toxic masculinity is completely opposite. Toxic masculinity is self-centered. It's all about what we need, what we're after, and basically not being willing to be there for anybody else because we become complete self-centered about our needs and the women are only there to provide for us. And that's not how this is supposed to be. A partnership is exactly that, a partnership with two people being equal. So before you can think about how do I get more masculinity if you're someone that thinks you need it, first of all, you got to understand that you don't want too much. You don't want to be toxically masculine. Instead, you want to make sure that you understand what it means to be a true masculine person. Somebody who's comfortable in their masculinity, who can provide for others, care about them, listen, hear what they have to say, without it rocking them. There's an amazing analogy that I love to hear, which is a good example of masculinity is a rock that weathers a storm. No matter what emotions are cracking against that rock, no matter how the ocean is bashing against the sides, the rock stands strong. And it might erode slowly piece by piece, but it still stands up against those elements. And to me, that's what it means to be masculine. I look after those that are less fortunate than me. I hear the problems they have, and I'm willing to give them guidance if they need it and if they ask for it to help push them forwards. What I don't do is force my opinions on others, tell them what they should do, or feel the need to tell someone that I have no interest in listening to what they have to say because I know better. So this is just my view and my understanding of it. But as someone who's been a dating coach for 15 years, I can absolutely tell you that my view of masculinity has done wonders for me in my love life, in my bedroom, and of course, with regards to all the people around me. So take a minute and take a long, hard look at yourself and ask yourself, What does it actually mean to be masculine? And don't idolize people that aren't surrounded by people that love them and care about them. Don't idolize people that are angry and screaming and shouting at others about what it means to be masculine. Instead, look around you at the people who are loved and cherished and cared for by the people around them. The people that spend their time caring for others in return. Because in my mind, that's the kind of person that you would probably be a lot happier trying to emulate and borrowing those things. Now, if you want to learn more about being attractive and balancing masculinity, then you might be interested in learning about the A.C.E formula. It is a 3-step method, A.C.E, to be more attractive, no matter who you are and no matter how masculine you are. And I've got a guide that breaks down the A.C.E formula completely for free that you can get at aceformula.com. And I'll make sure I put a link to it in the descriptions below. And if you've got a question that you'd like me to answer, then all you have to do is simply leave a comment beneath this video and I'll have my team go through, pull out the best ones, and we'll use them as inspiration for a future video.